Welcome back to Grit for Life Radio. I'm your host, Nate Parks. And today I wanted to talk, I was trying to think about, what should we talk about? And of course, the obvious thing would be a lot of times is, well, we just went through Thanksgiving. We've got Christmas coming up, and those are all great things. And everyone is going to be talking about them. You already know what could be talked about. You already know the things that you should hear, such as, you already know me and my view of New Year's resolutions. I'm not going to even go back into that. I think they're bullshit. I don't think you should do them. I think they're setting you up for failure, but whatever. And you probably have already seen through social media all kinds of things about Thanksgiving and how to be grateful and how to be thankful and blah, blah, blah. And that's all good stuff. So I thought about, what do we talk about? What should we talk about? And as we have started this fourth year of Grit for Life, I started thinking about where we started from. What got us started? What are the principles that we're founded upon and why they work? And I think so many times, especially if you have, people who try to do our workshops, which we're getting ready, and we'll be, stay tuned to this podcast or follow us on the Grit for Life Facebook group to find out when our next workshop is. Our workshops are 4 weeks long. And they're intense. They're life-changing. They're free. That's the good thing. They're free. They're done on Facebook. You sign up through our Facebook group. But I think a lot of times when people get involved with it, they don't realize why we have the 3 steps that we have. And I usually start off the workshop telling people that you can choose how you do the workshop. Being that it is online, I'm not in front of you. We're not at a one of our Grit for Life live events where I get in your face and tell you, hey, you need to do this, and this is why. I trust you that you're going to commit to it. But I tell people, I said, listen, you can do 1 or 2 of these steps or all 3 of them each day. The thing about it is it's not going to work if you don't do them all three of them. And you can go the 4 weeks. And what we've seen over and over is the people who have stayed committed to the workshops, done the 3 steps each day, committed it to becoming a habit, their life has changed. The people who usually drop out of the workshops about halfway through are people who aren't finding the time or the reason or the belief in the 3 steps. What are these 3 steps I'm talking about? Well, if you've been around Grit for Life at all, you have heard me talk about motivating the mind, building the body, searching the soul. And so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about those principles of why they are important and what they consist of. And so starting with motivating the mind. When you get up each day, you are already getting up as your feet hit the floor. You are already about, I would say, it's like coming out of the ring, out of the corner of a boxing match or walking into the hexagon of a MMA match. And the first round, you have your hands tied behind your back. That's kind of like how it is when you get up in the morning. You're already like 4 punches too late. And so you got to prepare yourself. Already, the world has already determined when you get up in the morning that it is going to bombard you with negativity, whether it be news, whether it be your job, whether it be your relationships, whether it just be your own mental battles, which so many people struggle with. They're waiting for you. You fell asleep, and they sat down beside your bed on a chair and waited. And as soon as they see you wake up, they're like, aha, got her or got him. And so how do we combat that? How do we get ready? How do we set ourselves up for success starting off right away? And the key to that is motivating the mind. It has been proven over and over that whatever you start your day with is pretty much how your day is going to be. Unless you can snap out of it, and some people can throughout the day. But why not arm yourself? Why not put an arsenal? In combat or even in military training, we don't get out to the fight and then get our weapons. No, we have our weapons already ready, loaded, cocked, ready to go, because you never know when you're going to have to use it. And so what's your weapon? What we suggest at Grit for Life, and I'll tell you, like I said, people who've done this, have made this have implemented this over and over. It is one of the first steps when I'm talking to people about changing their lives. It's one of the first steps I make them do. And that is already have a playlist set or look up as soon as you get done. I mean, most people, a lot of times these days, you wake up, you start waking up, you're laying in bed, you grab your phone, you start checking Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the social media stuff. Stop for a second. I'm not saying you can't look at all that. Do it. I mean, that's what you do normally. But before you do it, set something positive up in the background. Go to YouTube. YouTube is an amazing tool to help you start your day. Really, honestly, some of that other social media stuff is a way to start your day off wrong. You flip through Facebook and all of a sudden it's got, I hate this is your memory from a year ago. Well, I'm not the same person I was a year ago. Facebook, thanks for reminding me that, that picture of my ex-boyfriend or my ex-girlfriend, or thanks for that reminder of that bad time that I was going through and I reached out through Facebook and now you're going to put it as a memory a year later. Like, that sucks. Or you get on there and you find out, you start reading all this stuff and people are having a bad day, or maybe they're having a better day than you, and you start having this negative thoughts. And negative thoughts lead to negative actions. Negative actions lead to a negative lifestyle. I'm going to say that again. Negative thoughts lead to negative action, which leads to a negative lifestyle. But the reverse is the same. That's why we challenge you to motivate your mind, starting off first thing in the morning, because a positive thoughts create positive actions, which then in turn create a positive lifestyle. Positive actions create positive thoughts, which create positive lifestyle. And so get up, go to YouTube, type in motivational videos, and click on something. If it takes you an hour to get ready during the day, there are videos out there that literally are 2 to 3 hours long of just speeches. And a lot of them might have the same speeches over and over. It does not hurt. Repetitiveness, when it comes to motivation, grinds it into your mind and creates new pathways in your neural pathways of your mind. But I promise you, I challenge you to even do this. If you don't believe me, this is what I challenge you to do. What I challenge you to do is just commit to 21 days. I'm not even talking about building your body, searching your soul yet. Commit to 21 days of every day you're going to get up and you're going to put a positive podcast or a positive motivational video on and just let it play in the background. Now, you can pay attention to it if you want, and I highly suggest you do. But if you got other things going on, put it in the background. We had one member of the Grit for Life family that actually used to put it over her Bluetooth speakers. That was hard for me to say. Her Bluetooth speakers, and she let her whole family listen to it. And you know what? You know what she saw? The whole change in her family's attitude began to change. And she used to play Grit for Life podcast, and she used to literally have her teenagers say, "Oh, that's Nate Parks, that's Grit for Life." Like, the whole thing began to change. With me doing these podcasts or my YouTube videos or whatever it is, my kids have seen me do this now for 4 years. And they will literally repeat back to me when I'm having a bad day. They will say, "Well, on such and such a day, Dad, on your podcast, I heard you say, great." I'm like, "Yeah, get out of here." But it creates an atmosphere. So put it on, put it in the background, because the thing about it is your subconscious will pick it up. And I promise you that if you continue to do this throughout the day, when something hits you hard, all of a sudden a saying or a quote or a motivational speech will pop in your head. And you're like, "Man, where'd that come from?" It came from how you started your day, or maybe even how you started your day 3 days ago, but your mind and your soul picked it up as ammo and stored it in its ammo pouch for when you needed it. See, we don't just shoot all of our ammo at once. We store it. We keep it. We carry it with us. And when we need it, we pull it out. And so if you can start doing that every day, that is motivating your mind. Get a small book that has like I know there's Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Those books and stuff like that. It just has a real quick, you can even get calendars. It has just a quick saying. Find something, and if you find something that really hits home, becomes your life mantra, write it somewhere where you see it. My life mantra has been for years: my response is my responsibility. And that literally, my kids can quote that. In fact, I even recently had it where I put it on a TikTok video, and it was so powerful to watch other people pick up on it. And they put it on their TikTok video saying, "My response is my responsibility." And that literally means, guess what? Who's in charge? I am. Positive and negative, I am. You can yell at me. It doesn't go anywhere unless I make my response to activate an argument or activate a particular emotion. So that's become my mantra. When I start to get upset, I remember my response, my responsibility. But before I could drive that home, I used to write that and I put it on a little sticky note on my mirror. So when I get ready in the morning, I would motivate myself I'd look up, I'm shaving or I'm getting ready, I'm brushing my teeth, and I look up and go, yep. As soon as I saw it, I'd say it out loud. My response, my responsibility. My response, my responsibility. So whatever becomes your life mantra, start writing things. My wife will do that. She'll take things and she'll write them right on the mirror in our bathroom to remind herself of positive thinking, because positive thinking creates a positive action, which creates a positive lifestyle. That's motivating your mind. Now, building your body. I don't know how many people out there are like, well, I don't have time to go to the gym. I 100% understand. I do. I mean, you may think I don't because I love the gym, but I'll tell you, over the last 2 years, really the last year and a half, my life has become so jam-packed that it is almost impossible for me to get to the gym on a regular basis. Like a full workout, gym, go sweat it hard, whatever it may be, lift the weights, pump it, do some cardio, whatever. It is blown, like I just don't have the time. But that doesn't mean we can't build our body. When I say building your body, I mean get moving. I have talked to people with Grit for Life who are severely struggling with their weight. And to go and try to do 10 burpees, it's like killing them. So I tell them, well, then don't do 10 burpees. And they go, well, but I need to build my body. No, what I'm saying is another quote that I always say, and you'll hear me say a lot, beat yesterday's you with today's you. It's a perfect example of building your body. Start out small. It's small successes that lead to the greater victories. Let me say that again. Small successes lead to greater victories. And so if you sit every day at a desk at work or a computer or something like that, and you sit, then guess what? Determine today that you're going to push that chair back, and as you're working, you're going to get up and then you're going to kind of sit down. But as soon as your butt hits that chair, you're going to stand back up. People at work might think you're weird, but just say, hey, I'm building my body. That's doing body weight squats. That's get your blood flowing. When we do exercises, even if we change our daily routine just a little bit, to add in a walk, to throw in some jumping jacks, make it fun. I've got several different things that we do on our workshops, that our workouts are everything you can do at home. And I promise you, everything that you need for them, you have at your house. And they're fun. They're not, well, they'll wear you out, but they're not the same thing all the time. Make it a game. Join up with someone at work and say, hey, let's see how many body weight squats we can do throughout the day. And the person who does the most, the person who does the least has to buy lunch tomorrow, or has to buy a coffee tomorrow or something. Make it fun. But even if you do something just as small and change it up, it changes our thought patterns. It gets us to realize, man, I just did 10 body weight squats today. I didn't do that yesterday. Guess what I did? I beat yesterday's you with today's you. And not only that, it has been proven scientifically that if we get moving, again, it alters the neurochemicals and the things in our brain, and it changes how we perceive. It helps with depression. It helps with anxiety. It gets us thinking differently. My wife can tell when I have not been working out. She can tell. I start getting depressed. I start struggling. I start getting a little aggravating. And she'll look at me. She goes, you haven't built your body, have you? I'm like, no, I've been big. She goes, nope, go do it. Because it gets us into a positive mindset. It changes the way our brain reacts to things. And then you multiply that with starting your day out, or even throughout your day, motivating your mind. That is a positive aspect that will change your life and will change your aspect, change your outlook on life, change your outlook on your own self, and literally begin to put a vibe out into the universe that will begin to draw success to you and begin to draw people who are successful to you and make other people want to be like you. They will ask you, what is going on? So then we get to the searching the soul. Searching the soul is literally being genuine and real to yourself in all aspects. One of the things I'm really big on is making sure that you are staying in